Welcome to the House of Anger. This is your host, Mike Anger, aka the Anger Brew House, and your boy, your buddy. Um, I'm alive. I took a little bit of a break from everything, and yeah, I'm wearing a bedazzled mask with a little purple on it. I'm gonna start doing this as a hobby if they start selling masks, but I don't really think it's gonna happen anytime soon. And yeah, I don't know how these hospital workers wear these things all day long. No, this is not an accident. I did this while waiting to go live. I need to have some breakfast. Um, yeah, Philip, I'm back. And this is purple, my favorite color. This is also for epilepsy awareness because people have epilepsy regardless of coronavirus. Me being one of them. There's millions of people in this country with it, and I don't know how people do anything with these masks on. And it's coming off in within the next minute or so because it's driving me insane already. I'm gonna start bedazzling masks and taking commissions because what else is there to do? And it seems to be that I am not getting any more phenomenal. It seems to be I'm not getting any more subs, although there, even if there is an apocalypse going on around me, people aren't watching YouTube, um, or people aren't telling each other about it. But I'm not begging for your attention. I'm just um, I was eating Barney. Yeah, I eat a purple dinosaur. I don't like Barney. I don't like him as a child. I am not in that generation that like Barney, and he's really disturbing. And I think he's probably a creeper somehow. That's why, yeah, it does look like I coughed him up. But I just threw a couple of strokes of purple paint on a mask just to show for some epilepsy awareness. Hello, Sadie Bella. One of my favorite people on this earth, by the way, as is Philip Blair. Philip Blair is a nice man. Smart guy, funny, and a ball buster, and there's nothing wrong with that. Hopefully, all is okay. Hair's growing back. I was bald as a bean a couple days ago. I look like a plucked chicken in my head, but now I'm growing back my hair as I do everywhere. I am Italian. I'm like an ape. Um, Hopefully, everybody's coping well with this. I was having a hard time. To be honest with you, I was having a really hard time coping with this. But now that my family's feeling better, I'm feeling better. They're out of quarantine as of tomorrow. They, I don't think they do have. I don't think they have COVID-19. They were showing symptoms. The doctor told them to stay home and treat it as like they were. Um, and that also led to me not seeing my kids. That also led to me having anxiety, and it's okay to talk about it. Talking about having anxiety is okay because a lot of us are having anxiety right now. A lot of us are in a funk. We're all stuck inside. There's not much to do. It's a big change, but it's not forever. Yes, Philip Blair, you're 100% correct. I was about to say that. I'm saying that this is not going to be for the rest of our lives. I mean, it's going to be for a while until they figure this shit out, and we will all come through and be happy. Everything will be okay. Hi, Karen. and that is my fiance. That I'm supposed to be marrying in July, but hopefully it works out, and I end up marrying this beautiful lady. Had my coffee, doing well, having a good day, and I just don't feel like people. I left Twitter for a couple days because of the amount of negativity that was there, and it is just a hotbed for people with no lives and sadness and anxiety, and the same people after this that were before this thing happened that are in the basement are going to go back to their basement. This is not a change of life for them. They're still trolled up in their basement, memeing and trolling and being jerks. And I'm trying to be positive and happy and spread the good word. Hopefully, if you're Catholic, you had a good Easter. If you're Jewish, happy Passover. I've been streaming a lot. Fingers crossed for a vaccine. I'm praying for a vaccine. I did pray for a vaccine on Easter Sunday, and I had Easter Sunday Mass from my computer. It's a lot of empty noise. People are still fighting about comic books on Twitter. Meanwhile, there is a pandemic going on. While you're fighting about comic books, you need to get a life. Just stop talking about nonsense. It's a dying form of entertainment, and I happen to join in at the ass end of it. And hopefully, those of you who are making comic books or making money, big props to Todd McFarlane for making $1 million in 2 days and just destroying everybody. Hello, Tina. Hello. Yeah, big props to Todd McFarlane. Childhood hero of mine. I remember reading his Spider-Man comics that I still have in the long boxes down the rabbit hole. I was going through my long boxes and going through all my old comics. I happened to run across, the Spawn stuff and 2-minute warning. Yes, I gave you a 2-minute warning, but I also needed to have something to eat, some sustenance in my body, and I needed a drink of water, and I had to go to the bathroom. So it takes longer than 2 minutes for me. Everything with me is like people are. This is a saying that they have on Long Island. Everything is a 10-minute drive, no matter how far away. 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It's not 10 minutes, 15 minutes. There's traffic in New York. It's going to take a half hour, an hour. No. So if I exaggerated the time, I'm sorry. But I'm here and I'm streaming, right? So it's 13, 16 hours. If I'm running a little late, I'm sorry. I also need to take medication as well. This shit happens. I get to see my little babies today. They're sleeping over. That's a good thing. They're staying over. They stayed over last week, and they're going to stay over this weekend too. From going from not seeing anybody at all, seeing my kids is a bonus. This is like a huge thing for me. Seems to be that robots are running YouTube right now, and all the human beings are home. So we're gonna have to deal with AI hitting me with copyright strikes for non-copyright music. I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying that robots can't discern the difference between something that's non-copyrighted and a regular thing. I will check it out. Philip Blair about Stan Lee. Oh, I saw that. I saw the documentary on Stan Lee. Like his name was Stan Lee Leibowitz or something like that. And he started out as like an errand boy, getting coffee for like like the heads of the people over at the company before it was Marvel, and he was in the comic department. And he had like you had like Kubrick there, not Kubrick. What's his name? Oh my God, he's like a legend. I forgot his name. The artist. So yeah, he was there with him, and Stanley was the writer, and they were responsible for some of the greatest comics out there. Not the trash that you see at Marvel now. If you want to talk comics, we'll talk comics. But I really am not getting involved in any of the contemporary comic book drama. I like talking about the stuff that I remember that I grew up in. I grew up on comic books from like 9 years old, 10 years old, and it's different now. You have no. Yeah, I don't think Stan had a grotto. He had one wife, and he stayed with her for like 50 years. She died first, and he went. It's kind of like The Notebook. It's very sad, but he lived a very long life, and I'm happy to have. I've never met him, but I've seen him at cons, and I wish I did. Um, you know, seeing that Todd McFarlane made over $1 million in a couple days and is crushing it right now. Some of the old guard, I wish they came here to independent funding comics, because it'll destroy the big two, and maybe their books will be in LCSs. They'll make indie books. I kind of pray that like Mike Mignola, you can say what you want about. Yeah, Barry White was a Mac Daddy, by the way. He talked about love and ladies, but apparently Barry White was monogamous and wasn't a womanizer or a pimp. Yeah, that's why I like Alterna and Peter Simeti and his and what he brings to the table. Peter Simeti is a genius and a good businessman, as is Mr. McFarlane. Um, if you want affordable comics and quality comics with good stories, that it's new. I know it's newsprint, but they're cheap. They're $1, and they're good books. And not many local comic stores will sell stuff by Simeti and Alternative Comics. And by the way, he prints comics not in China, in here, in the good old US and A. I don't have to go to Print Ninja and have my books printed in the Wuhan Peninsula in China. I don't know where the fuck they printed in China. I don't care. They put the books on a boat and they send it over to California, and they send it over here to New York. And it's a long drawn out process, and that is no excuse for books not being here on time, because that's what the holdup was with my books. But I got it done. In fact, my second thing I got done 2 months early, but it made no money, so no one gives a shit. Look, it's an art book. It wasn't a comic book. It was an experiment. No relation to Seth that I know of. Todd McFarlane and Seth MacFarlane are two different entities, but both good businessmen and both good people in my life. Todd McFarlane was a hero of mine growing up, as is Stan Lee. I had a VHS tape of How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way, with Stanley, and I swear I don't remember the artist's name. It wasn't Jack Kirby. Now I need to internet it. And I had a VHS tape. How to Draw Comics the Marvel way, and I was like 7 or 8 years old, and I didn't know how to draw anything. How to Draw Comics the Marvel way, yeah, okay. And it was a book. John Buscema, that's right, John Buscema and Stanley, not John Romita, John Buscema. Peter Samedi, he does. He's a very very good person. His DMs are open up on Twitter. You can talk to him. I had questions concerning my next project, which is because of social distancing and me being stuck inside and me having to be quiet while my fiance works from home and is a teacher. Big props to teachers, by the way, because they still have to teach. They still have kids to take care of. So, if you're angry at your school or your teacher for giving your kid too much work, guess what? They're overwhelmed right now. They're absolutely overwhelmed and they are tired. So I try to keep quiet and I sit here and I draw my comic. And Black Forest 2, 13 pages. 13 pages, including cover, inside cover, back cover. So it's like 16 pages. So I'm crushing it, and I'm lettering it, coloring it, penciling it, inking it, the whole shebang-a-dang. Stanley's Superhumans is one of my favorite documentaries. I remember that show. Yeah, big props to teachers because they are working, and you know what? It's not so much just the kids that are a problem. It's not necessarily the kids. Sometimes the parents can be overwhelmed because they're tired. They're stuck inside with these kids, and now you know what it's like to be a teacher because you're stuck with the kid, and you can't just send them off to school and go to Starbucks with your friends or go to the gym. No, you have to sit there and teach your kids and do what they do. And that's one-on-one. Imagine it on a grand scale, like in New York City where there's 30 plus kids. Apparently, the mayor of New York City didn't get the memo about how government works and how he thinks he's trying to undercut the governor and canceling all schools in New York City. And the governor's like, no, that's not how it works, man. It's my job. That's what I do. And they're already each other's throats and fighting over schools being closed or not. So I don't know. It's close here in Long Island, though. My kids are coming over today a little earlier than usual, but they'll be here. And it's good to be back from Twitter. And listen, when you leave Twitter because of drama, you come back, the drama's still there. It's just in a different form, and a different person is causing it. So certain people keep on, the trolls keep on trolling, and people get angry and they fight each other on each other's throats. So yeah, that's not how I roll. This is not how Mike is. I'll tell you the truth. If you come at me, I'll come right back at you with some truth bombs and some logic, and I'll dunk you. But I don't like to get involved in any type of altercations. I'm generally a nice guy. I am nice. That's my. I consider it my fault. One of my faults, being too nice. There are a lot of. They're like cities for Charles Dickens. They're the best people. They're the worst of people. And they have a lot of teachers in my family, including my grandpa. Aw. See, I'm marrying a teacher, and that's my Lola. That's my little fur baby. That's my fur baby. I don't know what that means, Philip, but okay. I like that. I like the way. I like that statement, Philip. Well done. Kaite Lola. See, that means shut up in Spanish. For those of you who don't that are not bilingual like myself, I don't consider myself fluent in Spanish, but I am pretty damn good. So yeah, that's what it is. And um, listen, if Mike Mignola comes out with a crowdfunded book, he can take my money. If Jim Lee comes out with a crowdfunded book, he can take my money. If McNiven, the guy that did Old Man Logan, did a crowdfunded comic, I will buy like 3 copies of it. There's some really good artists out there. Jay Lee, the guy that did the cover of the new Cyber Frog. Um, me and me. I don't know what that means. And why'd you write and me? Um, yeah. So there's a lot of big dogs out there. Old Man Logan. Oh my God! You don't know what Old Man Logan is? You ever watch the movie Logan? It's kind of roughly based on it. Old Man Logan is a. I said I was bilingual. I said, see, yo hablo español. See, viejo hombre Logan. I did say it. I said I was. I'm very good at Spanish. If I move to Mexico, I can probably survive over there. Por supuesto. Logan's Run has nothing to do with um, Old Man Logan. It's a Wolverine story. It's like a dystopian story tale about Wolverine. Y mi también. See, where he is tricked to kill all the X-Men, and all he's left with is, he's got to survive on his own. And it's like an Elseworlds story. It's like a dystopian society, and the artwork is breathtaking. It's unbelievable. Viva in Mexico? No, viviste. Tu viviste in Mexico. Viva is present tense. You should have said viviste. Karen is busy. We'll let her do her thing. See, she's busy. She's on the clock right now. Tina says, "Hola, hi." She's a good lady. Um, yeah, Old Man Logan is See, you know what's crazy about autocorrect is that I could speak fluent Spanish, but not English. It won't let me. My keyboard gets mad at me. See, Old Man Logan is basically the platform for the film Logan involving Wolverine. Not the second run, the original run. It was written by Mark Millar, who is everybody wants money for COVID-19. I'm sorry, I donated money, but like you just ever stop asking me for money. With all due respect, guys, I love everybody, and I don't want anybody to be sick. And everybody that has it, I'm sorry. Let's see if I can find some stuff like the artwork from Old Man Logan. The guy's name is McNiven, and they actually did an Old Man Hawkeye, and they did an Old Man Peter Quill. Let's see if we can find one of the covers. Like this. Like, look how beautiful this is. This is just like sick artwork. And the Hulk has his family out there, and they're like a mafia, and they try to take, and they run the wastelands. Tina was swearing. See, look, beautiful. I think this is really, really cool. This is in 2008 when I used to buy comics. It's like probably towards the end. It's towards the end. It's like, God, like stuff like this. This is sick. The original run though, OG Old Man Logan run, and the Hulk, I mean, literally eats him, and he cuts his way out of the Hulk, and he has the Hulk family, a bunch of kids that are Hulks. Steve McNiven. I don't know if he's a good writer. Well, maybe he can get one. See, and the Red Skull takes Captain America's, mask, and it's like the end of the world. And he gets tricked by, I believe it's Mysterio, into to killing all the X-Men. And in the movie, he does kill all the X-Men. Not McLovin, McNiven. McNiven. It's also written by Mark Millar, which wrote a, I don't know if you saw the movie or read the comic. It's called Kick-Ass, which is it's pretty damn friggin' awesome. And sí, ne en español. Qué lástima. Come mierda. Karen knows the Spanish too. See? ¿Entiende? ¿Entiende? ¿Qué me dijiste? I said, you understand what I just said in Spanish. So autocorrect is asshole. Se habla español con autocorrect. We gotta look up this guy and this guy's artwork, and hopefully, I know he did a cover for what's his face for Doug's book. I know, blah blah blah. People don't like Doug, but I happen to like Doug. I think he's a decent dude. So, te amo, Karen. Karen. She's not listening to me. She's doing the she's taught in the she's well vested in the art of ignoring Mike. I could be a pain in the ass. See, this guy's artwork is dope. I know he did a cover for. Look at this guy. This guy is epic. Mike Mignola. He did a cover for Earthworm Jim 2. But look at his composition and the way he depicts negative space. It's absolutely amazing. I know I'm talking like an art history buff or an art history teacher, but just like the expressions on his characters alone are just breathtaking. Look he did a I guess he did something for Guardians and stuff like that. Like he just knows how to fill the negative space with beautiful artwork. He's really, really good, Mike Mignola. I hate to fanboy out on him, and he's actually one of the nicer artists out there. He's probably I think he's a bit towards the left, but
Who cares? You misspelled my fiance's name, yes, and that's good because Karen with the K is a slur word apparently. What? She goes, I don't like it. I don't like being called Karen. And I remember there's a quote unquote journalist who posted on Twitter saying that he wants the word Karen to be a considered a slur word towards white women. That's what I feel like I'm in right now, circus. I don't pick the music picks me. Watch me get hit with a copyright strike for playing that. Because they think it's something else. All right, Sadie, I'll talk to you later. No, listen, Sadie. Hopefully you're not bouncing because of what I said. Um, Speaking of flying saucers and people talking about helicopters and planes, I have a Leonardo da Vinci Funko Pop. Don't knock over Sheldon. And some of his depictions of talk about like being like a real genius and a prophet. Apparently, someone said that he was gay, and I was like, okay, doesn't make doesn't really change my opinion about him. I still love his work. They make everybody gay lately. It's your choice. Do what you got to do. I'm not gonna say you're going to hell or anything. It's your choice. All right, Sadie. I'll catch you on the flip side. Somebody said Leonardo da Vinci was gay, and I'm like, okay, fine. Listen, politics. We don't talk politics, religion, sexual preference. Fine, and that doesn't really bother me. You hear thunder on my stream? I don't hear. It's sunny outside. Oh, you hear thunder. Oh, you hear thunder in Florida. Yeah, because um, it it's either sunny and hot and you're sweating your ass off, or it's torrential downpour. Clo- All right, put the earbuds in and check it out. Listen to the stream. I know you have to close up the hut. Yeah, the Mos Eisley Cantina in Florida. Yeah, Star Wars reference for those Star Wars geeks out there. Meatloaf and Melton John um, are both very good. Tiny Dancer is one of my favorite songs, and you can't go one wedding without hearing um, that song. Do you love me? Do you love me forever? Do you need me? I forgot that song. I gotta go right now. Do you love me? Let me sleep on it, baby. Let me sleep on it. I know that one. Every wedding you hear that song, and the girls and the guy at every sweet 16s, the girls and the guys go on the other side. Um, that song. I forgot the name of it, but I know it's from Bad Out of Hell. I don't know. People on the internet, you hear stuff on the internet, and it's like whatever. Just like, guess who cares if what the sexual preference was? It really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, I know who I am. and how and where I am in life. But some people just want to make people a certain preference, and you know what? And all this woke shit, I think it's destroying businesses. The big two being woke is destroying their businesses. Is destroying LCSs, and it's a snake eating. It's an Ouroboros. It's a snake eating itself. These companies, they just continue to fuck up and do stupid shit. And what do they expect? It's a dying form of media. It takes me a while to get my brain wrapped around things sometimes, but yeah, I get it. But those of you out there, please hit the thumb up and retweet it, and maybe I'll get some more subs because I'm not even at 50 yet. I think I burnt a lot of bridges with being honest, but I'm sorry for telling the truth. I apologize for speaking my mind. I miss out on a lot of the comic drama. I happen to love Cuckoo Clocks, and I sneak them into a lot of my comics because it takes place in Germany, and there's Cuckoo Clocks. My grandpa used to have them. He was from Germany, spoke with the thickest German accent, and his name was Adolf Beer. So, I mean, I may get hit with a strike for saying the word Adolf, but his name was Adolf, and that's what do you? It wasn't Adolf H, but people called him Al. But he had cuckoo clocks all over his apartment, and he told me about Germany and everything like that. And he was a nice man. I mean, God rest his soul, but he lived a long life. Yeah, and he told me about like all this, like a couple of these things in German folklore. So I had to do a little bit more digging, more studying. I had to go to the library and take out some more books, watch some YouTube videos. But I did do a a lot of homework for this, and for the sequel to the book that's out now, I got some Japanese vibes going now, huh? To the book Black Forest, I am moving very fast. I get a little stuck once in a while. I get a little writer's block, artist block. Even though the script is done, I know what's going to happen. I know where things are going to go. It may mutate into something totally different. I don't know. That's one of the hard things about being. I don't ever have a problem writing. I have a problem making books bigger than they have to be, and I get a little like Black Forest was supposed to be 48 pages. It turned out to be 70 pages or 68 pages, some shit like that. But I'm getting there. I'm moving along. I'm cracking. I'm cracking a whip. I'm working. So yeah, you'll have a product before you an announcement soon. I'm not going to make $1 million. I'm not even. I don't want to make $1 million because I will have my tax return is going to be actually called. I have an internet friend named Vladimir who actually lives in Pennsylvania. He has a lit internet site where DJs play their music. Oh, you send me a link to this guy, Tina. Send me a link to him again, please, if you don't mind. I think he plays like house music, right? Like dance music, EDM. Some call it, or in the 90s, it used to be called electronica. I have an ancestor named John. He wasn't a cannibal like John Wayne Gacy. Not all Johns are cannibals. John is the most common name in America. So yeah, I have friends named John that never have eaten people. But while we're here, while we're all stuck at home, we're all inside. just please just tweet it out there so other people, while they're all stuck at home, they have an alternative to the rhetoric that's being thrown out there, and the hate and the anger, even though it um does he like blood sausage? Blood sausage is gross. As is olive loaf. Olive loaf, blood sausage, they're both gross. I'm trying to find a few now. It's been a while. Yeah, his girlfriend's a freaking comic artist too. Imagine that. Who? You gotta be specific. Oh, his girlfriend's a comic artist, Vladimir. I, I'm from Transylvania. It's okay. I have searched oceans of love to find you. Um, Fedorable the Horrible does amazing impressions. He does a great Dracula. He is off the hook. He is very smart and intuitive, and does have. I will give people credit where credit's due. He's a genius. Fedorable the Horrible. He is a mad scientist and a wild man. And is been out of fucks for years. He has none left. He doesn't care, as does the wild man Jesse Miller. I gotta get a Twitter group going again, like a DM group, a chat room where it doesn't collapse because I put my foot in my mouth. I admit it. I did put my foot in my mouth and said some stupid things and had my head in the wrong space. I got a test emergency alert. My phone scared the crap out of me. Okay, you're okay though now. You'll be all right, Philip. Felipe. But here's the deal. Um, can we just give a shout out and pray for our first responders and our people in the front lines, in the emergency rooms, in the hospitals, the doctors, the nurses' aides, the nurses, the police, the firemen, the essential workers, the guys that deliver our food, the DoorDash guy, the fucking UPS guy, the mailman. They're all out there being exposed to this thing, possibly. And we're sitting inside of our houses, laughing our asses off. And I'm sitting at home drawing comic books. I wish I can go back to work. I really do. Um, I'd be rocking a mask, but I'd be back at work. But unfortunately, I have epilepsy and I can't go back to work. And it's a hard pill. It's a hard pill to swallow when watching all my friends get sick and watching their partners get sick and cops that I went to the academy with get coronavirus and hear about people dying. It's not a easy thing to just blow shit off like that. People, my mom and my stepdad downstairs, they never got tested, but they were sick for weeks. But I think they're getting a release from their quarantine mode right now, tomorrow, as of tomorrow. So I can actually hug and touch my family instead of talk to them on a phone and be like, all right, let's have a house party. By the way, if you're having a hard time seeing your family and are going through a rough time and want to speak to your relatives, I downloaded an app. I'm not promoting it or selling it. It's called House Party, and your whole family can play games together. We played Pictionary last night, my family and I, and we had a lot of fun. It felt like I was back at home with my family having a good time, and I'm not getting paid by them. I'm just promoting it. So yeah, I'm standing at home drawing a comic, and everybody's out there risking their lives. I want things aren't going to change. Things are going to be like this for a little bit, and hopefully vaccines will occur very fast. And we have some smart people out there working on it, and maybe Elon Musk can throw some money towards it, and Hollywood can stop singing calming music and help out. and Hollywood's a lost cause. Forget them. But I did watch a interesting show on Netflix, House Party. House Party. You know, like the movie House Party with Kid and Play. I'm sorry, it's my New York Guinea accent. I don't care if I say Guinea because I'm Italian. Um, that's the name of the app, and I am not getting paid by them or endorsed by them in any type of way. I just think it's a way to connect to your family. It's like being on a YouTube live stream, but with your family, and it's not broadcast out to the world. It's it's intimate, not in a degenerate way. I mean, like a real way. Is his shit? Let me ask you a question, Tina. Am I going to be hit with copyright strikes? House party. Yeah. Well, I'm trying to do it from. Okay, now I see it. I clicked it on the. I have YouTube open and the other thing and StreamYards. Is it vampires? So hopefully it's not copyrighted and I can't get smacked in the pee-pee. All right, let's listen to some Vlad from Pennsylvania play music. But seriously, just show some love towards your people who are out there that are doing their thing. Even if they're like they work for DHL or UPS, FedEx. So this is a little drum and bass. I like it. I like drum and bass. I feel like I'm on like the dark web right now. Oh, someone just messaged me. They said ABC.com news insider watch Disney family sing along ABC and ABC app. So if you go to ABC, you can sing along with the. Hopefully, the music is not too loud and overbearing my voice. This is cool. It's very 80s. Reminds me of like Akira. So go to if you apparently ABC has something going on where you can sing along with Disney music. I've been doing that in the car for months now. I just tell Alexa because I don't want her to hear me. I know there's chats, milk drops. Oh no, I'm gonna get in trouble. I may not though. But the robots, they'll hear a song. This is from Karate Kid. There's no easy way out. I don't know if you guys know this song's from Karate Kid. Karate Kid or Rocky? I'm gonna hit with a copyright strike. I think it's from Rocky or Karate Kid. Yeah, it's from Rocky. That's one of the best training montages ever. Hot day in Long Island today, Pete. How you doing, Pete? Hope everything's okay. It's not the exact song, but you never know. The robots are listening, not regular people. It's not really hot per se. It's kind of cold. It's inclement. It's a little chilly over here in New York. A lot of synthwave stuff. I'm on the state of synth.
All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you to the state of synth. My name is Dennis.
No. It has an EQ on here, and I can listen to it. Yeah, I like electronic music. Actually, I like everything with the exception of country music. I know I may get crucified for not liking country music, but I like Johnny Cash, and that's it. I don't know what a freaking I don't know what Vlad is. I say I have a whole bunch of names. Is he going to the name Vlad? They keep saying that we're young and lazy. Sure, got participation trophies. Still listening to what society sold me. Yeah, I'm not arrogant, just insecure. Everybody is a fake. Once upon a time, we got something for free. I think we should all start talking about collecting baked life Switch videos. No, I just said no, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Tina, at this point, it's music. It's good. I'm not really concerned. I will dip into it later and check it out about who's DJing. Um, but at this point, I'm probably gonna hop off and the stream because we're at the 1 hour mark. And Pete Mac, I miss you, bro, dude. Hopefully you come back to the Twatter and because I left Twatter for a good 4 days for the Easter weekend, amidst bullshit and infighting, and hopefully it will subside. I mean, I wanted there to be a place for people to be, to be relaxed. But then everybody's on edge. We all are. We're all stuck inside. Remember to spread the word. Spread the good word that Mike Anger is still streaming, and you can find me here and to sub, so I can hit at least 100. I'm on the road to 100. Hopefully. I love you too, Tina. You know how I feel. You're my third mom. You don't need, Pete. You don't need that. And listen, I'm in a weird world right now in New York. It's weird. People get virtual birthday parties by. I thought it was. I swear, yesterday I thought it was a funeral. And you see 50 cars rolling deep with balloons hanging out of windows, and windows open, by the way. And everybody's rolling deep in like a parade, honking their horns, wishing people happy birthday from a distance. From a distance. So it is what it is. So I'm gonna check this site out and throw in the earbuds and groove out and draw. Actually, I may use it as a something to listen to while I draw, because listening to that while I draw, it'll probably put me in a good space, especially if I'm having difficulties trying to figure out what I want to draw. But panels, pages, everything in its script is all pretty much done, and I just need to whatever's in here, I need to put it in this noggin of mine onto paper and then get it to print. Yes, thank you, Pete. It's good seeing you, and hopefully you return triumphantly. And I will stay. Just keep me abreast as to what's going on. Not abreast, you know what I mean. Just like let me know what's going on, and I know there are other alternatives to YouTube and Twitter, but I just got comfortable with YouTube recently, and I've been here for 2 years, and I'm a boomer, and what am I gonna do? So in this hard time, just pray for those that are out there that have to work, and then those of us that don't have jobs, and those that are working from home, like that are stressed about losing their jobs. First responders, soldiers, firemen, they don't get a day off. They don't. Or we can be in the Philippines, and if you go outside, you get shot. Or we could be in a commie country, you never know. We're in a land of the free, and our freedom is our downfall. Check your invites, dude. On what? On what? I don't know what he means. All right. All right, Tina, enjoy the rest of your day. And Philip, I will check it out. All right. I do love you all, and hopefully you have an amazing day. Stay inside unless you need to go out. Otherwise, just enjoy the company of your loved ones and your family, and cherish it. And I'm serious when I say I love you guys. I do. If it wasn't for you guys, if it wasn't for my core peoples in the chat, I I'd just be talking to myself. So I love you guys. On that note, I am out. I will talk to you all later. Love you all. Bye bye.